Hello, and welcome to part 3 of Flipping Gaming PCs. We've got a lot of stuff to cover today, so let's get into it. Now, you remember the computer from last episode, which feels like eons ago looking back? That sold in about 2, maybe 3 weeks. After getting little interest, some guy on Facebook Marketplace popped up and was ready to pay the full $525 listing price and an extra $75 to take it to him that day, which was only like a 30-minute drive. So in the end, I got $600 out of it, which is about $150 profit over the $450 we built it for. And the computer I made just before episode 1 sold on eBay, so I got like $500 for that, which means I had like $1,100. And my plan it's in progress, was to build 2 computers. One is going to be like $500, $600, and one's going to be like $300, $400. And I was going to sell them both at the same time. And I got all the parts for the first one. Finally. Picking up the RTX 2080 Super, I noticed it's quite a bit dirty. Here, let me turn my light on. It's quite dirty. Pretty dirty. I'll have to open it up and clean it out, which I won't do on camera. But it will be fun. Starting off with our parts, I'm going to start with the personally much more exciting Facebook Marketplace ones, and we have 3 of them here. Starting off with our graphics card, and it is the EVGA 2080 Super, which I got on Facebook Marketplace for $180 after its original listing price was $200. We negotiated, it got it to $280. I believe it's the FTW model. I could be wrong, though. It was actually extremely dirty when I got it, as I'll mention earlier. I had to clean it, and it was disgusting. Like, just layers of dirt under these fan blades. And our next part is the CPU, which is the Ryzen 7 3700. I was originally going to get a 5600X, but that didn't work out, so I went with the next best thing, which was this. I got it for $80, which isn't the best deal necessarily, but it's a pretty decent deal for a good CPU, in my opinion. And last, but certainly not least, maybe perhaps the best deal here is the MSI B450 Tomahawk Max 2. So I got this for $50. The person said that they had used it like a year earlier for a little bit. It came with cables and like PSU cables and a display port and charger and everything. But ignoring all of that, we have our motherboard, which is in great condition. A socket. Oh god, a kitten. Oh god. Oh, I'm gonna move you up here, which is in great condition. And we have our kitten, which was included, our IO shield, our manual, first time having a manual from a used motherboard, the bracket, and all of these cables, which I will be keeping, perhaps using later, added to my inventory. And that's all of our Facebook Marketplace things. Do it. Don't do it. Okay, good job. You didn't bite the motherboard. It's a job well done. And for the rest of our brand new parts from Amazon, except for the case, Amazon just shipped it in one package. We have this, which I got for like $10, $15. Since our motherboard doesn't have ARGB ports, I needed this. Our RAM, and since DDR4 RAM is on the rise in price substantially, I decided to bite the nail and just get the premium RAM for like $60. It's not a great deal, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Hopefully, after these next computers, I'll go on to AM5 and 1700 and move on to greener pastures. The same CPU cooler I get every time. That's no surprise, like $16, $17. another 700 watt power supply because we have a decently power hungry system in that 2080. It's like 40-50 bucks, and a 1 terabyte NVMe. I decided to go with 1 terabyte instead of 512 gigabytes because it's only like $20 less, and it makes the build more premium. And now for our case. And last but not least is our case from Amazon. It's the Mustex K2, which I like $100, $90 case I got on sale for $75, and I thought it was going to be not as high end as it is. So Mustex has my respect. They're more high end than I thought they were. It comes with 6 fans, 1 in the back, 2 in the front, 3 on the top, and I took the screws out of that, so that's why that's there. In the back, I looked in the back. It's got quite a lot of room for cable management. The button makes a good sound. I got this for like 75 bucks. I think it's going to be a great case personally. Okay, we got it all cable managed. We're going to see if it turns on. That is on. Why is that so loud? What's so loud in there? We got a red. Well, we got a red light over here, which could just mean it's working, but we got post. So I'm going to look into that. And the fan turning on and off, which could be normal. I don't know. Okay, it turns out computer is fine. I was just overreacting a bit with the red. That just means the motherboard thing. The motherboard lights are turning on, I believe. And I still don't know what's making that sound. I'm hoping it's no problem. I'm kind of leaning towards it being the power supply. If it doesn't do it during gaming and it's just a startup thing, I probably will just not deal with it, leave it alone. It's fine. Time to download Windows. It scared me. Where you belong. So after installing a few drivers, chipset drivers, graphics card drivers and stuff, I was able to download a few softwares too and get everything to match up. I had to get the EVGA X1 software and MSI Center software. So now I'm going to take some pictures of it and see what it looks like in all the colors. And benchmarking, in Rainbow Six Siege, we're getting like 150 FPS with good temps at 1080p max settings. In Marvel Rivals, we got 180 in medium settings, obviously at 1080. And Helldivers, we got like 80 max settings at 1080. And in Furmark, our temps are pretty decent. I would say they pass, staying at or below 85. So I'm pretty happy with that testing. And now for selling it, I built it for like 570 roughly, and I'm going to try to make like $200, like 180. So I'm going to go a little over that, a bit over that actually, and start a bit higher at 850 It probably won't sell at that point, and I'll end up lowering it, but that's just a starting point. I'm gonna put it on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and possibly Jawa. We'll see, but hopefully it sells soon. I'm gonna have another computer on the way. Two possibilities for that computer: either an Optiplex, which I flip, or just another computer with like an RX 580 in it. We'll see. Either way, gonna build another computer. Hey, we got our first potential buyer. Kind of. Someone messaged me how much they thought this computer would get on low settings in Fortnite, and it got about 200 whilst just walking around, and 180 if you're in like a fight. And I sent that to him, and he offered me 600, and I counter offered with 750, and he hasn't responded yet. And that was like 5 hours ago. I'm hoping they're just at work, but they might have ghosted me. Who knows? So now we're back at waiting until this computer sells. Hopefully building another computer whilst it sells, and hopefully it sells fast. And Chewy's just here to wrap it up for this episode. What do you got to say? You don't meow much, do you? Additionally, before you go, I'm thinking of doing a question of the episode after each episode, and today's is going to be the most simple one I could think of: Intel versus AMD. Leave your answers in the comments below, and I might make a short with my response. Thank you.